hates Gene raided the stream.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
The _Arcanic raided the stream.
Alright, hi everybody. Thank you for the double raid. Hi Gene, hi Arcanic. Thank you so much, I appreciate that. You actually caught me right when everything was exploding. So I started streaming about 40 minutes ago. And everything broke. I'm currently playing Skies of Arcadia Legends via Dolphin. And something in Dolphin just caused my GPU to explode, and I had to reboot my entire computer. So I'm just now getting back. I started stream again like 5 minutes ago, and the ad just finished. So hopefully y'all are out of ads. Anyway, hi. Thankfully, I had a save point right at the beginning of this dungeon I had just gone back into. And hopefully, the GPU explosion happened at the end of a battle. And I've now done 2 battles since I got back in here. While I was waiting for the ads to finish, I could cut back, and things seem fine so far. Fingers crossed, but that was not ideal. Anyway, hi, how's it going? I'm Arrow. I always do this. What do you even want to talk about as far as my intro goes? I do things on Twitch. I play variety. Currently, I'm playing Final Fantasy 16 on Mondays. Metroid Prime 3 on Thursdays. Thursdays generally like my Metroidvania day. And I just finished Prime 4 a couple days ago, and now I'm going back to Prime 3. Skies of Arcadia Legends on Saturdays is my current setup. And I also play Final Fantasy 14. I do raiding with my Static on Wednesdays and Fridays. So usually streaming 5 days a week. Good. We got into this room and things are working again. I'm going to save my state locally. I should do that too, considering what happened, just to make sure. So yeah, I do. This is a GameCube game. This was a GameCube re-release in 2002-ish of a Dreamcast era RPG. I guess the only way I can go is this way. I feel like this is not the right way to go. Is it? Actually, this might be the right way to go. I'm trying to remember. I feel like... Let's go back up real quick. Let me double check something. But yeah, I hang around a lot around the general video game music community on Twitch. If y'all come in from Gene's stream, then we have a lot of the same people we probably follow, like Nalani, for example. I have been part of that sphere for 20-some years now, starting with Overclock Remix. I was a long-time follower of everything to do with that website. I had been staff on that website now for like 10 to 15 years, actually. Okay, nothing up here is relevant. We do have to go this way. And a large number of the people I know now in the video game music remix community, I met from that, including Drum Ultima, Doug Perry. And I later met a lot of the other members of Disco Catholics through him, and met Jer Roke, not entirely through that community, but through similar community. Lots of folks in that sphere know each other, and that's how I've met like a dramatically huge number of those folks. And I'm friends with them now, and I hang out in a lot of their chats. So you've probably seen me in folks like Nalani's chat, and in Jer's chat, and in Doug's chat. I'm assuming this is the boss battle, isn't it? Activate the elevator. Okay, I don't think I have any option but to take this, because the door that leads to the schematics is like inaccessible now. Met Jer a long time ago. Oh wow. The Sweeney bars were a thing. I forgot that was a setup he was involved in. Oh, we can still go in the door. Okay, I was confused by it. Cozy Saris was vocalist for that group. Okay, I don't think I'm familiar with Cozy Saris, but anybody who was playing with Jer must have a very good level of skill. So, all right, I'm coming in this room to double check, because one of the There are 24 items around the world called moonfish, actual fish, not just items. And I thought I had gotten them all. I have not. One of the two I'm missing, I had thought was in this room, but no, I actually got the two that were in this dungeon. So one of the other 22 throughout the world, two of the other 22 I'm missing, and I have no idea where they are, and I have to backtrack and double check. Because finding them is blocking the conclusion of a side quest that unlocks like some final game gear that I want before I go into the final dungeons. So I am gonna have to go back and find those two somewhere in the world, but that doesn't have to be now. Right now I can just focus on continuing plot. So now I will actually take this elevator down, and that's gonna lead into a boss battle, I believe. But I guess if nothing else, it's good to know that those two are accounted for. The problem is like the other 22 spots are literally, many of them are in dungeons, so now I'm gonna have to like backtrack into dungeons, which I hope this works. Well, there's only one way to find out. That's okay. All right, Gilder. I'm not looking forward to the next boss fight because it's a character I'd never want to see again. All right, it's moving. Yeah, it looks like this will take us straight to Soltis. It won't. Spoilers. You'll be dead before you get there. Oh god, this asshole. Thankfully, this is the last time I think we'll actually be dealing with him throughout the rest of the game. I'm skipping all the dialogue about this guy. I'm not saying it. I'm button mashing so I can get to beating him up. Okay. Oh, he is such a creep. The first time you run into him in the game, the playable party are all in prison in the country of Valua, separated from each other, and he goes to Ayeka's prison room, to her cell, and yeah, the rest of us show up and beat the shit out of him. But I hate his guts and I hate dealing with him every time I play this game. All right, let's switch everybody to, what does he want actually? Okay, that tracks. I have a guide open on my other screen because I don't want to have to remember how to do all this. The best options here. Let's see. I think this is fine as is. Yeah, they sure do. It's incredibly annoying. I hate it every time it happens, and it just randomly happens, and you're not expecting it. Kind of like real life, I guess, to some extent. And it's just doesn't need to be a thing. I guess for now we'll start with Cutlass Furies. Everybody needs to be... Oh, I need to write down what... I do this every time. Let's see. Vice was on purple, I believe. Ayeka is currently on yellow. Because I'm going to be switching everybody's elements up. Let's put everybody on purple for now. They're going to focus this turn. Cupil is silver as usual. She still hasn't learned her final silver spell, so... Build her at. Anyway, she needs to switch purple as well. Also focusing. Ah, he's blue. Okay. I write that down so I know what to change them back to later on. Actually, blue's fine for this. Okay, let's just focus up. Alright, that's gonna take some damage, or we'll be here for a bit. This is like a proper, actual, somewhat difficult boss fight. And we don't have... Oh, jeez. Wow, that hurt. We don't have Enrique anymore to cast Justice Shield, which is unfortunate. Let's see. She can Sacrum Crystal herself, I guess. Let's keep Cutlass Furying. Aika can cast... He doesn't do any magic spells, as far as I know. So it's safe enough for me to... Oh, it needs to be Incremus. Nobody's got fire leveled up enough for that. Let's go down the list and check. Actually, we don't. I might have an item for that. I sure don't. Okay. Here's what we'll do instead. Second crystal heals everybody. Do I want to also do a... Actually, from that POV, that's the better option. Let me have Aika use a Sacralin Crystal, and that will take Fina back up to max. Fina doesn't have the right spell either. I guess they can start individually incrementing themselves. But that POV, maybe I should have her do this. Trying to figure out what order I want to do this in. I think it's better if they do it one at a time. No, let's have this. Because Aika tends to go first, so it would be better to actually have her get the heal spell off. Hey Caps, how's it going? You can Increm yourself. I don't have the Incrulim spell, which is like the party-wide version, so everybody's just gonna have to one by one. And you can do Aika. This will at least get half the party to take lower damage. I really wish I had gotten Aika's fire spells leveled up enough that she could cast the party-wide version, but oh well. Vice and Gilder by nature have slightly higher defense, so they can live without the Increm for a turn. You can cast it on yourself. And you use a Sacrum Crystal just to keep everybody up, just in case. Focus. And you can also Increm yourself. Alright, and so the entire team should be good to go now. They'll still take a ridiculous amount of damage from his stuff, but at least we shouldn't be in a position like we were before where Fina was almost about to die. Okay. The rest of this is going to be a sludge match. Oh, nice. Love the RG. But that does mean that I can just start Cutlass Furying with a focus. Let's have Fina just start using a Sacrum Crystal every turn just in case. Everybody else just focuses. So I want to get some damage off with Cutlass Furies, but I also want to try to build up to the Prophecy super move, because that will do a lot more damage in a hurry. Alright, who's getting hit this time? Gilder, okay. Alright, still a lot of damage, but this will help. That's exactly why I did that. Alright, same trick, except they should both be fine. Let's Let's have you... Let's Sacralin, just in case. And still also Sacrum, just in case. And you can focus. We're doing good damage to him. I don't know if the prophecy is going to be necessary, but that will definitely speed things up. Alright, everybody's in good shape. This will do damage, but a single Sacrum Crystal will get them back up to max, so I'm not too worried about that. Alright, let's do that. Let's have them both use it, just to be safe. And a focus. Oh, they really do. Especially the prophecy that I'm going to use on the next turn. That one is like unnecessary Final Fantasy VII Knights of the Round level nonsense. But then just also, we're doing like the standard elevator battle, except the elevator is going down into like the depths of like Jupiter's atmosphere, basically. It's a very cool look. Oh, just a smack in the face, okay. Alright. Prophecy is up, let's go ahead and do that. This is not skippable, so I'm just gonna hang out for a bit. Also, this is like wrecking havoc with the planet. That's even more nonsensical than a lot of those other games. Anyway, and that single Cutlass Fairy will probably take him over the edge. We will still get a Sacrum Crystal in just to be safe. I don't think anybody else really needs anything, so I will just attack. I think this will do it though. Yep. Alright, cool. We have one more boss after this though. And a lot of story after that. Goodbye, Vigoro. I'd never want to see your ass again. Vigoro is definitely the one trigger warning I have for people that want to play this game. That is just what a creepy ass sexual predator. He's horrible. I'm just skipping. I don't want to see any more dialogue from you. Oh God, go away, go away, go away, go away. Don't. What? Aiga, don't try and give him excuses. He's horrible. No. Well, we probably will run into each other again, unfortunately, but we won't ever have to fight the asshole. Okay, let's move on. Alright, not wrong button. Let's go here. I want to... Actually, I shouldn't do this, because we're about to fight another boss who I need to... What elements am I going to need to P... Okay, let's see. Silver. All right, I need to check my elemental wheel here. This next boss is going to have a lot of silver attacks. This weakness chart is so horribly confusing. I think it means... Oh, we're going to be doing equal damage to each other. Okay, so I need to be very careful. I'm going to do that. Probably better have the rest of the party not do that from that POV. So Vice is going to want to stay yellow for most of the next battle, and that means he's going to take 110% damage from that boss, but he will also do 110% return for all of his attacks. Meanwhile, everybody else in the party should be any color that is not yellow or silver. Well, they could be silver, because silver won't do extra damage to itself. So as long as they're not yellow, they'll be fine. And right now, nobody's yellow, so that will actually work out. All right. For now, we'll just leave everybody as is. And when I get into the battle, I will change Vice to yellow specifically. All right, where am I going? Oh, right, this is, oh, it's not what I was expecting. I guess we climb this. He said, if Yuguro said below, we're not going down, we're going up. I'm very confused. I guess there's an elevator somewhere over here. Oh, okay. No, there's no chest. Okay. Always gotta check for goodies, but no, looks like the only thing in here is just to take this straight down. Alright, I didn't check my inventory. I believe I'm stocked up with 99 Kyria crystals. Which is good because the next boss casts Petrify a lot. And I have to heal that like ASAP at any given time. But let me check that while I'm here. I keep hitting the first person view button, which, why is that button even in this game? Yes, 99 Kyria crystals. Okay, we're good. Good timing. I want to be very thorough about saving regularly, especially now that my GPU literally crashed because dolphin problems earlier, so. Cool. Oh, right, that's a that's a thing in the ground. I can't just walk past that. We are here in the long lost continent, which of course still looks actively working with like energy flowing through circuits because it's a JRPG. Of course the long lost civilization is like still fully functional. As one does, I guess. This is amazing. It does look really cool, actually. So you made it this far. Galcian, Ramirez. What is that? Vice, that sphere is a silver Gigas Zelos. Oh boy, okay. That is one of 3 final bosses. Actually, literally all 3 final bosses are in this room. Just hanging out. What? That's the Gigas? Vice, look. The moon crystals. They're using the crystals to break the seal. Once Zelos is freed, I shall control the greatest weapon of all time. I will be able to call down the rains of destruction at will. And then my reign shall begin. The 6 moons shall obey my commands. You may live long enough to see it, then again you may not. Oh, Pello. Oh, right, I forgot about this. We have to fight what a redux of basically the very first boss we ever fought in the game, except this one is not a decrepit statue that came to life with low energy. This is just like the original version with all of its abilities. So we got to play it a lot safer here. First of all, I am going to switch to yellow, like I said before, and everybody else is fine on whatever colors they are. Let's see. I think most of what we need to do. Okay, right. Focus with everybody, because the boss is going to do a target search first, which means nobody's going to get hit. But of course, once again, we're kind of screwed because I should be casting Incremus on the party, and I don't have that, so everybody's about to get hit pretty hard. But they all have enough to Increm all of themselves, at least. So we'll start with that, and they'll just take whatever hit's about to happen. At least all future hits will be slightly less. This is also a tremendous waste of MP. This game does not make it easy to do magic spells because magic spells use both SP, which is like the party meter for using your super moves too, and MP, which is an individual number that every character has. MP restoration items do exist in this game, but they're kind of hard to find until you get to like end game and can just straight buy them, which I can do now, but I didn't do that before now. Thankfully they all got the Increm off, so they didn't take that much damage. So we're gonna go back to Cutlass Fearing to build up to Prophecy, and we'll do 2 Sacrum Crystals for safety's sake, and let's just focus. So we're gonna basically do the same kind of thing we did before with Vigoro. Build up to Prophecy, heal where possible. The one exception is that if anybody gets petrified, I need to like stop what I'm doing and carry a crystal them immediately. But otherwise, pretty much the same tactics as the last fight. All right, everybody's in a good spot. Oh, that counterattack was like nothing. Let's Cutlass Fury. He didn't take enough damage for me to really care, so let me just go all in on the focusing, actually. With 3 people focusing, I should be able to get Prophecy off a lot faster. Actually, I might be able to do it on the next round. Yeah, because he'll collectively get 12 per turn, so Prophecy on the next round. Alright, I need to get more coffee, so I'm actually going to step away right now. Let me hit this and I'll be right back. All right. Thanks for waiting through not ads. I appreciate that. Where are we? Okay. That didn't do nearly as much damage as I was hoping. We're probably going to have like another prophecy and maybe a third one actually. We can pretty much go back to what I was doing. I will... Let's just Sacrum Crystal, just in case. I don't know what's about to happen. So double focus. Oh, there's an ad starting in a minute and a half. I could have just waited. Whoops. All right, we hit the halfway point, so the music hits its thing here. Oh, I'm so glad that missed. That's the attack I can petrify. Unfortunately, for both the you're in deep shit and also this you're about to wreck shit music, the loop point is very, very short, so it gets tiring very, very quickly. It's kind of unfortunate. Let's do the same thing. Let's Sacrum Crystal, double focus. Actually, that's not much damage from Vice. Let's triple focus. The faster we can get up to another prophecy, the faster we can end this. It is nice that pretty much the entire party is taking their turn before the boss attacks, which is allows me to guarantee heals get off in time. All right, another Cutlass Fury. Let's do it again. Hi, Doug. Yeah, unfortunately, I do my Saturday streams at 4 o'clock, and I was actually thinking the same thing. I'm like, I bet if I had streamed earlier, they might have rated me, but it's fine. That was a fantastic set, by the way. That was great to watch. I did not get a request in myself, but I would have asked for Cave Rave anyway, and Chatty did it for me, so. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just prophecy. But then we got to heal immediately after this prophecy, so. Actually, speaking of which, I feel like everybody that is currently here probably was at that show, but anyway, I'm going to shout out Disco Cactus Music, the band that Drum Ultima plays marimba specifically, not keys. That's Ben. Fantastic group. They had a show earlier, which was also fantastic. If you weren't watching it, please go follow them. Please check their stuff out. Also, we're at an ad break, so I'm gonna step away. If you can even see this, I'm gonna go to my break screen and step away for a bit. We'll come back to the battle once the ad is done. So be back shortly. All right, thank you for sitting through the ads. Welcome back. As always, I would say I would love to just not have ads on my channel. I kind of hate them, and I don't need the money from them, but it's not a thing I can get rid of unless I like drop back below affiliate. So oh well. Anyway, welcome back. Let's go ahead and end this fight. Nice. This enemy will probably die to this one Cutlass Fury. Yep. The ad was actually nicely timed because you all didn't have to sit through another like 5 minutes of the victory loop music with that really short loop point that's incredibly annoying. Oh, it would be nice if somebody would level their red spells up and get increments so I don't have to keep casting Incrum by like all 4 party members, but well, it didn't help that I literally had to change their elements. Huh, very good. You would have only disappointed me if you died, but you were too late. Oh boy. Alright, plot about to happen. And it's not good plot. He broke the seal. Zelos, I am your master. Raise the lost continent of Soltis. From this day forth, Soltis shall be my castle. I'm not a voice actor. I'm doing my best. Farewell, air pirates. This place shall become your grave. Up they go, and then this is the last we will ever see of this section. Vice, we've got to hurry. Zelos is raising Soltis. We have to get back to Dangle Island. Yeah, literally, we'll die if we stay. We can't stay here. Vice, hurry. Damn, we were so close. All right, everyone, go back to Dangle Island. And because of drama, I have to, I believe I have to physically haul ass here. Yes. There's no countdown, but they still make me do this. I can't see where I'm going, so I can't see when these squares stop to be able to walk through the middle again. So let's just stay on the outside edge. Oh, okay, they're gone. One thing I very much do not like about this game is, well, while we're here, I don't think we're gonna run into any enemies on the way out, but still, I don't have to fight that boss again if something happens, like say Dolphin causing my GPU to explode again. Yeah, one unfortunate thing about this game that still exists in the original version of it is the annoyance of the camera. Back in this era of game, back in like the Dreamcast, early GameCube era, that was a time period where they had not really solved the player controllable camera issues. So it is still annoying. Generally, the best way to experience the camera in this game is to not touch it, because the automated camera swirling as you go in places is usually good enough to get by. And it's when you try and control it that it just screws everything up and you just get completely lost. That's not always the case, but that usually is the best tactic. But after decades of not doing that, of controlling the camera the way I want, it's a difficult thing to remember not to do. Anyway. Oh wait, no, we're not done, I don't think. I think if I remember correctly. Yep. The elevator failed. Lights, what's going on? I don't know. You've got to be kidding. I'm trying. It's no use. There's no power. I got an idea. Yup. Vice? Vice, what do you think you're doing? Come on, let's go. Let's go? What do you mean, let's go? You don't mean... Yes, we're gonna run up the rail. Hurry, I don't know how much longer it will hold. You're serious? Vice, some of us aren't as young as we used to be, you know. Well. Ooh. And there goes Soltis. Where we saw it when we were going down into the deep sky, actually. It was like off the camera and it was difficult to see under there, but what's that? It is a very big continent, that is for sure. It's Soltis! You knew what it was. Hurry, this feeling isn't gonna last much longer. Tina, you go first. Okay. This isn't the days where Enrique had to be knocked off. Gilder can at least make the jump himself. Wow, that's the reason why there was no chest with any pickups in that area. Run, go, go, go! All right, let's get going. It's actually not possible to have anything happen to you here. The railings only drop once you have gotten a certain distance beyond them, but drama. The developers wanted to make it seem like you were in a lot of trouble and that you needed a haul ass, which it is a tense scene. They did a good job. Also, you don't have to go far, literally just there. And suddenly we made it. That was too close. Bites, this way, hurry. Oh. Hurry, Vice, get off the rail. Vice! Why did you wait so long? That is cutting it very close. Oh right, everybody reacting to it. I forgot about these cutscenes. What the? Why is the ground shaking? Oh, that's right. This is going to affect the entire world, and one part of the world is going to be affected very badly by this. Isaba, what is the meaning of this? I do not know. The winds are shifting. Something is very, very wrong. Isaba's also like a sexual predator creep. Not as bad as Vigoro, but also still bad. Oh, hey, look at that. The very first dungeon turned out to have been a part of the secret final dungeon. What the? Ah! It's good to see Drachma still out there sailing. I will say, it might be obvious, or it might not be, but the first dungeon that I was talking about that was clearly a part of Soltis the whole time. That's gonna be our entry point eventually. We're gonna go into that dungeon and take a door through it that originally led outside that is now going to just lead straight into the actual final dungeon. It's a cool effect. That's not gonna happen today. I want to try and find the 2 moonfish I'm missing after all these cutscenes, and then we'll save the final dungeon for the next stream. Because that's a long dungeon. It's going to take like an entire 2-hour stream to get through that dungeon and the final boss. I believe what I'm supposed to do now. Let me double check this on the guide. Oh, wait. Wait. Let's see, let me... Oh, wow, the whole map has changed. Soltis is there now. The thing is, if I go towards Soltis now, that will start more plot. Soltis will get sealed. We won't be able to enter. We'll have to like backtrack to Crescent Island to decide what to do next. But going to do that sends us back to Crescent Island immediately for cutscenes. I think I should actually ignore that for now and go do other stuff. So let's see if I can fly away. Will they let me? If I get too far away, will the game be like, hey, there's cutscenes you had, you should not do that yet? Seems like they're letting me get away with it though. All right, they are. So I will save the plot for later. I just have to avoid Soltis while I'm running around doing stuff. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm going to double check all of the moonfish. I'm not hearing any beeping here, so I think we got the moonfish that are here. So that's 4 out of 24 accounted for. I really want to find the last 2 that I'm missing. I think I'm missing 2. I might be missing 1. I'm not sure. You know what? Let me actually double check that too. I'm definitely missing 2 because I didn't get... Wrong button, as usual. If I go through her equipment, we have the Moonwing equipped. Yeah, I don't have the Hydra Wing in the list, which means I cannot have gotten the 23rd Moonfish. But the 22nd Moonfish gave an item that I remember getting, so I'm definitely missing 2 specifically. All right, and we already double checked. We had the 2 from Dangle Island. So many of them are in weird places. We got the 2 in Crescent Island. Did we? I should really just double check every single one of them. It's gonna take forever to get these though. Where should I go first? Let me try Glacia first because that one's in a easy to find location, and I can't go to Soltis, so we're gonna have to like fly around. Let's go north. So the rest of the stream is gonna be 30 minutes of me flying to old locations to see if I can track down stuff I'm missing. Might be a semi-boring stream for the rest then, but it's fine. I do need to get this out of the way. I just really want to... I at least need to find like one of the 2 I'm missing, Moonfish-wise, because the 3 weapons you get from that are like super good. For at least 1, if not 2 of the full party members, it's their best weapon in the game. So I would definitely want that before we go into any further anything. We're probably close enough to... No, we need to keep going. We need to head all the way into Glacia. I don't remember exactly where the dungeon was, though. It's out here somewhere. I actually don't see it at the moment, though. No, it's probably safe to drop. Let's take a look around. I still don't see it. All right, let's go above the clouds. Staying up here as much as possible to avoid random battles. Because if you're above or below the clouds, you don't get into any fights, which is very convenient. I don't see the dungeon. Ah, here it is. Coming from the lower entrance. And I do not hear a moonfish beeping at me. Let me bring up another moonfish guy just to verify. Dungeons and looks like shown. It's right there. Okay, I would have got it already for sure. Okay. No, we got this one. Let's, because it was literally from this platform I'm at right now. I could just grab it from here. So I definitely got it when I was actually in the dungeon before. Let's try Tinko Island next. We need to go north to get out from under the continent, first of all. That's step one. And then from here, we can pop all the way up. And then above the clouds, the weather is like dark everywhere now because of Solstice. That changes after the cutscenes that I'm skipping, but we got to deal with it for now, unfortunately. Spare northwest, I think. Yeah. Gonna head back to Yafutoma and check one spot there. Oh, we got a long ways to go. This is gonna take a minute. Oh, well, there is... Wait, no, the one in Moonstone Mountain is like really far in. Let's come back to that. I'm trying to check all the external ones that are either out on the world in easy to get to locations or in towns. The ones that were in dungeons, those are going to be the last ones I check. Unless it's the case like Glacier just now, where it's in a dungeon in a spot where I can get to as soon as I enter the dungeon. None of the rest of them are like that though, so let's hold off on... I have to go way far north. I have to go like all the way up here. In retrospect, I should have gone southwest and not northwest. Now I have to like travel the entirety of the map practically. Oh well. It is in this direction-ish. Okay, we need to bear more northish now. There was one in Mount Kazai, but let's wait on that. There's also one just in Yafutoma itself. I could probably pop in and check. Tinko Island is so far north. Ridiculous. I feel like I definitely got this one, but there's clearly two that I didn't get, so I'm just not going to assume at first that I definitely got a moonfish or not. Don't need to stop to save since I oh, you know what? I haven't actually saved since I left Dangle Island. I don't want to do all those cutscenes again. So let's do that. All right. I'm sorry, I want to check one thing really quickly. Okay, I need to hide my desktop audio in this scene. I'm not gonna do that now. You can't hear it. It's muted anyway, but it doesn't need to be. The new version of OBS changed how its mixer looks and works, which is actually all those changes for the better. But I can't see all my currently active audio sources because desktop audio 1 and 2 are still on the list and they don't need to be. I never disabled them for this scene. So I was just like, double check. I'm like, has my mic been muted the whole time? It hasn't. But I was worried for a second since I couldn't see the meter for that source. I will fix that after stream. All right, this moonfish was in here. And I think it was here. I'm not hearing the beeping, so I obviously got it already. You know what? One thing I want to check. Are the moonfish like in my inventory? They really shouldn't be. But what if they were? I suppose if they were, they would be on the last tab, because that's the tab for like special items and whatnot. Oh, there's the moonstones. Harbor key. Yeah, okay. I definitely don't have them. I should go to an inn at some point. All right, well, we got this one. I'm just so confused about the fact that I'm missing two. Does anybody else have this problem? I see a lot of people have this problem. But there's no easy fix for it, unfortunately. It literally is just down to go back and check all 24 locations all over again, which is just, ugh. All right, well, for now, we'll just leave this area. Where else can I easily check? We went to Sailor's Island. Did I ever actually go back to Pirate Isle to get the two there after I got the ability to find moonfish? I should check that. That would be really ridiculous if those were the two I was missing, but I don't remember when I started that quest line. I did go back to Pirate's Isle after I got the Delphinus, which was long after I started that quest line, but at that point I also like really just went to pick up Pow as a crewmate. I don't know that I actually like went to the spots the moonfish would be at, so maybe that's it. I can try it. Unfortunately, that's also a hike. Pirate Isle is all the way down here, and it's pretty close to Solstice, but hopefully not close enough that I will trigger anything. There's two in Esperanza, but I definitely had the ability to get moonfish at that point. There's two in Maramba that I remember picking up, and the two in the temple appearing as well. Yeah, I feel like the two in Pirate Isle are my highest chance of being the ones I missed. So let's start there. And if those aren't the two, then I might actually just go ahead and end stream a little early, because finding the last two is going to be pretty boring. I feel like I can do that off screen before next time. So let's go hunt this down. Also, I just like need to eat dinner. it's getting to about 5 hours since I last ate, a little bit more than that, and I could use a meal. So okay, we need to immediately cut west and actually bear a little south, and also let me save my state just in case. Yeah, I don't know how close I can get to Solstice successfully without triggering something, so we are actually too far south now. Let's cool. There's so, oh, here we go. Man, Pirate Isle's like right around the corner. Yeesh. Okay, we can just barely get close enough. You can see the entire island right there. Yeesh. Soldiers are so huge that it just like destroyed all the reefs in the area in the process. Oh, look, everybody can just see it. Wow. Vice, Jimmy told me that there are bad people on the island. Is that true? Whenever I think about that island at night, I get scared and I can't go to sleep. Oh, wow. Vice, there was this big roaring sound and that island came up from inside the clouds and I was so scared and I didn't know what to do. Well, where'd that island come from? Where'd Stride Island go? Vice, what's going on? One of the 2 moonfish that I was missing up here. $15 and $16. Oh, there's a Crescent Isle. I feel like I've definitely gotten those though. One of them is. Oh no, that's up the ladder. I'll check both locations, but we'll start with this obnoxiously long ladder that I thought early in the game I would never have to reclimb. And yet here we are. That one's inside the base. Okay. I'm not hearing the beeping though. All right, unfortunately. Yeah, the moonfish, I would be hearing the beeping like right here. It's unfortunate. I was standing on watch like always when suddenly the wind started picking up rapidly and nearly blew me off Lookout Island. And then these huge clumps of land started rising up one after another from beneath the clouds, and they turned into that huge island. All right, back down. Unfortunately, that means we'll go ahead into the base, but it's highly likely that the other one I'm missing is not here, so. Down on the same bottom level of the boat is docked, you'll find the moonfish to the north. Okay. Bellinissimo was mentioning earlier how, just like the fact that the pirates, we're very careful in taking it slow on the ladders, and this is the one ladder in the game where that's not a good thing. It just takes forever to climb up and down that stupid thing. All right, let's go this way, and no, not that one. I think we need to actually go into this path into the base. And I can be pretty confident I got this moonfish already, but I still want to be absolutely sure. Vice, I saw that strange island come rising up from beneath the clouds. I really don't know what to make of it. I don't know why, but that island, it just looks like it's begging to be explored. Maybe it's just me. Oh my goodness. But we are going to be going through that dungeon later, so I guess you're not wrong, technically. Yeah, I want to get the last 2 moonfish to finish off the entirety of the Doc, Maria, and I'm going to snooze ahead. The Doc, Maria, and Piastel storyline. But after that's done, there's not really anything left to explore in the game. It's go to Soltis to trigger some cutscenes that will take us back to Crescent Island, our base. We gotta go all the way down. And after all the mini cutscenes we have there, oh, wow, that's one of the ones I missed. Okay. Jeez. All right. I wasn't expecting that. Cool. I'm glad I came to check. All right, so now I'm just missing one. I do need to figure out where that one is. Let's go up the long way. I know it'll take forever, but. So we'll go back to Crescent. We'll go to Soltis. That will take us back to Crescent Island for more cutscenes. And then after those cutscenes are over, and after I've completed this moonfish stuff, the only thing left is final dungeon. A very difficult ship-to-ship battle, followed by a dungeon, followed by multiple final bosses, essentially. So yeah, we're getting pretty close to actual legitimate end game. And if I don't know if I can get all that done in just 2 hours, but it is possible. So I think what I will plan on is for next Saturday's Skies of Arcadia stream to just straight up be it. I might stream more than 2 hours if necessary just to knock the game out. Just like start at 4 and then just not necessarily stop at 6 that day, just keep going. For now, let's turn away from Solstice and just go the other direction so I don't get caught. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, let's actually let me do that from this screen so I don't forget. That's here. I'm gonna save. Let's cut to here for now. I'm also going to open up Dolphin's main window and save my state. Just a double save. Okay, we're all good. Yeah, so I'm missing one moonfish. I will find that off stream. And then next stream, before starting the final boss gauntlet, the final cutscenes, I will turn that moonfish in, or both of them, for in-game gear that I need, and for the finale of that cutscene, and then we'll just go straight on into everything. For now, let me go to my schedule screen. I'm gonna go hunt for somebody to raid. While I'm doing that, Pokemon Pokopia tomorrow. I will not be doing that on my own stream. I will be doing that on WMGSO's channel, which I should shout them out as well. Washington Metropolitan Gamer Symphony Orchestra. Hopefully you're following them if you're not already. They are a community-run orchestra in the Washington, D.C., Southern Maryland, Northern Virginia area. We do fantastic stuff. We have concerts twice a year, all with music generally arranged by our people, well, literally by orchestra members. The concert, we had a concert like just last week, which went pretty well. It was also our first concert we streamed to both Twitch and YouTube. We're gonna be doing that from now on. But we have another concert coming up in May, so keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be really great. We're gonna be streaming it in its entirety as usual. But I will also just be on that channel with 3 friends tomorrow playing some Pokemon Pokopia. We're gonna be spinning up a Cloud Island and just go ham. So feel free to tune into that at 6:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun. In the meantime, in the amount of time it took me to explain that, I still haven't figured out who I'm gonna raid yet. I'm still gonna just sit here and go to the list for a bit. Let me go to my end screen while I'm looking. Unfortunately, I sometimes like to raid that Texas Cryptid, but they're usually not live at this time of day. They do stream. Oh wait. They actually still are live, which is rare for them. Usually they've stopped by this point. I'm gonna raid them. Let's do that. They've been going for almost 3 hours, but seems like they're not going to be ending immediately. So yeah, let's do that. All right, so I'm going to throw my commands in here. Feel free to copy paste those if you would like to as we go to where we're going. That Texas Cryptid is a food and drink streamer, also a fellow mod of A Recipe Reborn. They're very cool, and I don't get to hang out on their Saturday streams as often as I would like. So I'm gonna use this as an excuse to do that right now. So thank you everybody for popping in. Thank you again, Gene and Arcanic, for those raids earlier. I appreciate that. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Saturday and a wonderful weekend. Take care, everybody. See you later.